okay. I don't know if you can see me. It seems kind of foggy. I painted my toes. Yeah, I think I'm kind of blurred out right here. It's okay, because y'all don't need to see the kids at the park anyway. But I was trying to make videos a couple weeks ago, but I couldn't really find the time to do it. So I'm out here right now with my nephew at the park. We're gonna go to a different park after this and then walk back to the crib. Last week I was talking about this movie critic. Her name is Kenny JD. Is she a critic? Might as well be. Shit. She has a channel, the series on her channel called Bad Movies in the Beat. And that week she was talking about a movie. I think it was a Japanese film. It was a horror, I guess. This guy. I feel like it's really dark right here, and I don't like that. So I'm gonna move. Let me see. Yeah, but I'm gonna move right here. For the sun. Oh my god, my butt is wet. Great. Fucking great. Oh my gosh. Will I edit this? I might edit it a little bit. Let me see this grass patch. But yeah, she has this series on her channel called Bad Movies in the Beat. And this was a horror film about this guy whose wife was murdered by this psycho serial killer. And he found out, of course, he was distraught. It was his wife. But once the husband checked in with his boss, he was like, you know, how much time do you need? He said, give me 2 weeks. And he dedicated that 2 weeks to tracking down his killer and torturing him. He kept finding him. The killer found ways to get away, kept finding him. And eventually it came to a point where he got close to the killer, like in proximity, not like emotionally, to the killer in his lair. It came to a point also where his family was like, you know, stop, let the police handle it, but he didn't. And so eventually the killer found his family, killed his grandpa and his little sister, and it was just him and the killer. And every time the killer and him would interact, he'd be like, I'd always win. Like it was a sick, twisted game for the killer. He was just like, I'll always win, you always lose. This is my world, you never win. And eventually at the end, when he made it to the villain's lair, he had no empathy, no remorse for the guy. He was like, I'll always win, you lose. Even while the killer's tied up and at the dude's mercy. And the guy is finally just like, okay. And he sets up this trap for when the next person, he invited the killer's family to his lair. And he set up this entrapment where if the person opened the door, the guillotine would fall on him, and that would be leading to his death. But, yeah. That's what ended up, please don't be walking over here. Oh my god. Yeah, that's what ended up happening though. And so, yeah, eventually the guy was just, he finally accepted it, like, okay, this is gonna go nowhere, it's gonna lead to nothing. He wanted revenge so bad, but at the end, when he walked away from the lair, he was distraught, he was hurt, because he still had nothing at the end. even with torturing the guy who murdered his wife and killed his family, he still had nothing but pain and sorrow left in his heart. And I feel that. Because right now I'm going through a deep healing process with this breakup and recovering from the infidelity that I've experienced and witnessed. And the person was very, like, there was no empathy for my pain. They wanted me to suffer in silence. They said words like, you ran to your parents instead of just talking to me. You know, I went to my parents for comfort. And the fact that this person cheated and didn't want me to have any form of comfort is really telling. It's selfish. It's disheartening. And, you know, I've said some things. I said some really mean things, like, people are talking about, you know, the celebrity beef and what old girl has to say to her YouTuber ex. And I'm just like, y'all would hate to see what the fuck I had to say. I don't want to say names because I don't really like talking about people like that. Like, they business. Just mine. But I'm like, y'all hate to see what the hell I done said, because I hit deep. Like, I'm saying everything in hopes that you feel as much pain as I do, but really, it didn't do anything but deepen the wound. It didn't do anything but elongate my healing process. So now not only do I have the pain of your actions, the pain of also the trauma bond that we formed, but it's also hold on, my nephew trying to be nosy. It's also the fact that, and if someone's not watching their kid, they're walking over to me. Yeah, go behind that tree. Oh, Lord. Hey, is that your dad over there? You gotta go to him. You can't come over here. God. Anyways, yeah. Talking about the art of betrayal. The dark art of betrayal. I wanted my get back so bad. I mean, I was talking about that nigga's trauma. I'm not no innocent person when it comes to this. I'm like, I hope you feel everything you ever witnessed, bitch. I hate you. You're cruel. You fucking piece of shit. Like, I'm cutting deep, y'all. I'm not okay, well, I'm thankful for the experiences and this, that. No, nigga. I wanted that nigga to burn. Okay? Hold on. Anyways. Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to this why, like, I really haven't been able to make videos as much as I want to. My butt is getting so wet right now, sitting on the ground. But even after I said all of those things, I didn't feel better, because when you're dealing with a person who lacks empathy, you doing the exact same thing that they do, which is being a hurtful person, cutting deep in hopes of hurting someone, isn't gonna get you anything. It doesn't get you anywhere. So it's like punching yourself in the face. It doesn't lead to anything but wounding yourself. And then the last words I said to him was, niggas just be lying through their yellow ass teeth. And I hung up the phone. It went nowhere, y'all. It went nowhere. I didn't get justice. I didn't get my get back. I didn't get anything. I was just still hurt. I'm like, man, why would you do that? You know? And I'm talking, I've been nothing but loyal. Nothing but loyal. I didn't have plenty of opportunities to fold. plenty of opportunities to give in, and I haven't. But now I just feel like, well, I'm really trying to accept the lesson in all this rather than focus on the why aspect of everything that happened. Because this comes with a lesson. I feel now my boundaries are stronger than ever, than they have ever been. Like, well, I'm gonna face this way. Yeah, now my boundaries are stronger than they have ever been. I don't let anything slide. I see the red flags for what they are. I see the pros and cons in everyone. And I accept them. And I now realize that I have way more power than I thought I did. So the power to choose. And I had to listen to that spirit of discernment, because it'll lead you to where you need to be. It really will. And I think, ooh, I wonder if it's ants in my pants, because they is all up on my feet. And my toes ain't even that dry. They're not even all the way dry. I thought they was dry. I'm sitting down for like an hour. Oh well, let's just hope they don't smudge. Anywho, I think in this society, it's ran by the patriarchy. But, bitch, oh, stop it. Please. Oh, that was a big old ant. Go. The society is ran by the patriarchy, obviously. And a lot of us women have father wounds. We have wounds when it comes to men. A lot of us have wounds when it comes to women too, but the amount of women with some type of father wound or wound when it comes to a man, whether it's emotionally, physically, sexually, a lot of us carry that weight with us. And I'm not saying that men or males don't either, but I'm speaking on behalf of the women right now. And a lot of times when we go into relationships, sometimes we can either welcome that trauma with open arms because it's familiar and it feels like home, or we can see it and avoid it. Sorry, these bugs is beating, they jumping like that. They are jumping me right now. Summertime and it's humid, but yeah, you can either welcome it with open arms or reject it immediately. And I'm not ashamed to say that I welcomed it with open arms. There are a lot of traits and things within this person that were very familiar to me, and I should have left it alone, but I didn't. It was familiar and I thought I knew how to deal with it, I guess, but that's not what I should have did. But maybe it is what I should have did, because I've learned from it. I'm also learning that right now is not a time to be booed up. It's not a time to be in a relationship. I need to take myself on dates. Hell, I just painted my toes. That's a start. You know how long it's been since I painted my toes? Since I did my feet. You know how long it's been since I've done that? It's been a long time since I took care of my toes, and I'm doing my hands later, and I'm doing my hair tomorrow, and I'm getting my lashes done tomorrow. Well, my mom is putting on some extensions for me. But still, like, this is the thing, like, I haven't been catering to myself. Ooh, sorry, I think that was a booger. I haven't been catering to myself like how I need to. Because I've been putting in my all in a relationship that no longer served me. And I knew it was bound to end. I knew it, I felt it. But I stayed in because that's that sunk cost fallacy that I be talking about. I keep saying I'm gonna put the definition of sunk cost fallacy, but I'll explain it. Sunk cost fallacy is the idea of you acknowledging the fact that you have committed time and effort to something, and because you've committed that much time, that you might as well stick through it, and that it'd be no point in abandoning that time or that phenomena, is that the word I'm looking for? That you've committed to because of the amount of time that you've been in it, you know? But that's not real. It's always room to start over. It's always room to shed. I say I'm like a snake. Like, I'm constantly shedding my skin, starting over, being something new. I'm like the moon, bruh. I just keep changing. I go through these phases, and it's gonna be until I die. I'm gonna be ever changing forever. But back to the betrayal aspect of this healing. I mean, not betrayal, the revenge aspect of this healing process. Right now, my revenge is not wanting that shit. My revenge is not wanting it. Because if I don't want revenge, if I seek peace and prosperity within my own life, they have nothing to harvest. They have nothing to feed off of. There is no energy exuding from me that they can take willfully or try to. So I win. I win because I'm no longer competing with someone other than myself. I win because I deserve all that I say I do. I win because I put in the effort for myself, not for the reaction or validation of others, but so that I can make myself smile and actually enjoy this life that I have. I did not write that down, but I should. That's a really good affirmation. I'm just talking right now. Maybe it's the tree and the sun giving me this wisdom right now, but it's been 2 weeks since, about 15 days since I found out I got cheated on, and it's a process. It's like a wave. Like, I'm hanging out with friends again, and I was so isolated in this relationship. And that's a bad trait too. Like, you should never isolate yourself from other people while you're dating. That's another lesson I learned, because hanging out, reconnecting with friends is the best. I went to a concert. Oh my God, I know it's ants in my pants. Please. But yeah, it's great. I'm gonna end the video here because I want to make another one. And oh God, I think yeah.